Hi students, this is main lecture number 5. In the last class I told one thing. We finished bijective function and we also studied some examples of bijective function. And I told there are many functions which we studied in the first PUC. Those functions we can take and then we can discuss whether it is bijective or not. Let me take the first function. Say f is a function from R to R defined by f of x equal to mod x. This we studied last year. This means actually minus x if x is negative and x if x is more than or equal to 0. This is called absolute value function or mod function. Now we have to test whether it is 1 1 or not first. So it is not 1 1 because f of minus 1 is mod minus 1 which is 1. F of plus 1 is mod 1, this is also 1. Therefore minus 1 image is 1, 1 image is also 1, so it is not 1 1. So it's not 1 1. Now second one is it on to? Answer is no, because by definition mod x means it is always positive. So if you take any value, it cannot go to the negative number. But this R contains both positive and negative numbers. Therefore f is not onto also, because for example minus 1 belongs to R, here codomain, but f of x cannot be equal to minus 1 for any value x, because mod x cannot be negative. Therefore this clearly shows it is not on. Therefore this is an example which is neither 1 1 nor on 2. Now let me take the next example. Say greatest integer function x. This means, of course, this is a little bit difficult function actually. Meaning is greatest integer less than or equal to x. So this is the definition of greatest integer function. For example, if you take say 2.1, then this equal to, apply this condition, greatest integer less than 2.1 is 2. Similarly, if you take 2.2, greatest integer less than 2.2 is once again 2 only. Therefore, f of 2.1 is 2. F of 2.2, this is also 2. Like that actually, f of 2.99, whatever you take, this is also 2. That means there are many numbers here in the domain which are going to 2. So definitely it is not 1 1. Not 1 1. So is it on 2? Clearly it is not on 2, because you see, even if you want, you can draw the diagram like this, because always diagram is convenient. Say this is the number line, I will show like this. This is the number line, 0, suppose you take 1, then 2, etc. All the numbers here up to 1, they are going to 0, 1, 2. All these numbers, they are going to 0 only. All these numbers, they are going to 1. That means only integers are the images and other numbers are not images. Therefore, it is not even onto. So this function is a good example to show that a function can be both, need not be 1 1 and need not be onto. Then let us take a signum function, for example, f of x equal to, so definition is minus 1 if x is negative, 0 if x is 0, and 1 if x is positive. Same reason, f of, for example, minus 2 is minus 1 only, because anything less than 0 it is minus 1. Then f of minus 2.1 if you take, still it is minus 1. So it is not 1. And clearly it is not onto, because all the values here, they are going to only 3 numbers. One is minus 1, another one is 0, another one is 1. Actually only 3 images are there here. All the remaining real numbers are not images. So it is not onto also. Now just for the sake of curiosity, let us take sin x. Is it 1? Because in the next chapter we are going to study this again, inverse trigonometric function. But here let me take f of x equal to sin x, x belonging to R. This is also a function from f from R to R. Is it 1 sin x? No, because suppose you take f of 0, this is 0. And similarly f of pi, if you take in radian, this is also 0. So two elements are going to be the same. Even if you draw the graph, it is very clear. Sine graph is like this, 0, y dash y. So the sine graph is like this. And here also like this. This is 0, this is pi, this is 2 pi, etc. You see here, this value and this value, they are one and the same. Like that, there are many. And it is not onto also, because you know that sin x lies between 1 and minus 1. That means all the values of sin x lie between these two. This side, all real numbers, they are not the images. This side, the real numbers which are not the images. So it is an example which shows sin x is not 1 and not onto. Like that I can keep on giving the example, but let us stop here. We have to go further. The next one is composite function. So today's lecture, let us take composite function. Composite function. So what do you mean by composite function? See, if two functions are given, then you can combine them to produce one more function. So that is the meaning of actually composite function. Let me give an example. Say f is a function from a to b. This is one function. And g is a function from b to c. This is the condition actually. First function is f from a to b. Second function is from b to c. Say let us take for example a equal to, let me take 1, 2, 3, and b equal to, let us say 2, 3, 4. I will take only limited numbers so that it is easy to handle. Then defined by f of x equal to x plus 1 here. So 1 is going to 2, 2 is going to 3, 3 is going to 4. That's all. Now let us take c equal to let's say 4, 9 and 16 I will take. And b is already, this is 2, 3, 4. And g of x is actually x square, let me say. Now it is clear, 2 is going to 4, 3 to 9, 4 to 16. Look here, I will draw the diagram. This is A, this is B, this is C. F is a function which takes 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4 here. 1 is going to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. Under the map G. So this 2 is going to 4 and this 3 is going to 9, 4 is going to 16. So imagine like this. This function takes all the elements here to this 2, 3, 4. And in turn, this function takes all these numbers to these numbers. So you can imagine that this itself is a function combining these two. That is called the composite function, and it is denoted by g of f. It is in the reverse order. When you are writing here, it is in the reverse order, and we define like this: g of f of x equal to g of f of x. That means first x is taken to b, by the function f from a to b, that is f of x. In turn, this g takes this f, because this itself is f of 1, this is f of 2, this is f of 3. This f of 1 is going to 4, f of 2 is going to 9, f of 3 is going to 16. So this is a thing. This is called composite function. Composite function. Condition is that whenever you want to define the composite function, this is the first function, domain is A, codomain is B. For the second function, codomain of the first function should be the domain of the second function, then C. Then only we can define this GOF. And second one which you should remember is, this is the first, this is the second, this is the third one in terms of sets. When you write here, it is reverse, because F here, then G here. G comes here, F comes here. So this is F. So these are the two things you have to remember. So what is composite function is, it is the function of two functions. Functions of two functions. So let me now define what is composite function. Say definition. If f is a function from a to b and g is a function from b to c, b two functions, then the composite function of f and g is a function that is actually denoted by g of f, whose domain is actually A and the codomain is C, and g of f of x equal to g of f of x for x belonging to A. This is the definition of composite function. Now let us take a few examples. Say f is a function from, let us say, 1, 2, 3 to say 4, 5, 6, defined by f of x equal to x plus 3, and g is a function from, condition is, if it is the codomain is this one, g should have 4, 5, 6 as the domain. Say from here to, say it is 5, then 6, then 7, let us say, defined by g of x equal to x plus 1. That is the way I have actually constructed the function. 4 is going to 5, 5 is going to 6, etc. Now, g of f, remember this is the first function, this is the second function. So when you are writing, you should write in the reverse order. Is from where to where? It is from 1, 2, 3 to 5, 6, 7. And what is the definition? It is g of f of x equal to g of f of x. Of course, x belonging to A. So now you can calculate like this. G of f of, for example, 1 you have to calculate, because domain of this is 1, 2, 3, equal to g of f of 1. Now, f of 1 is 1 plus 3, 4. So it is g of 4. F of 1 is 4. So g of 4. And g of 4 is, definition is, g of x is x plus 1. So it is 4 plus 1, this is 5. So 1 is going to 5, this one is going to 5. Similarly, g of f of 2 you can calculate. G of f of 2, this equal to g of 2 is going to 2 plus 3, this is 5. So this equal. Now Under G map, it is going to x plus 1 means 5 plus 1, so 6. That means 2 is going to 6. Similarly, G of f of 3, if you take, it is G of f of 3 and equal to G of 3 plus 3 6. So this goes to 6 plus 1 here 7. So this is the meaning of composite function. So let me sum up once again. It is the combination of two functions. F is the first function, G is the second. Then you have to write G O F. And definition is this one, G of f of x equal to G of f of x. So this is the concept of composite function which we have to study. Now let us take a few examples. Now. Say first one, f is a function from R to R defined by, say, f of x equal to x square. I am taking general function, not finite set, infinite set, R. Then g is a function from R to R defined by g of x equal to, say, sin x. Anything you can take, sin x. Here one speciality you have to remember, observe. You can define both f of g and g of f because domain and codomain are same. Therefore, f is going from R to R only. This is also going from R to R only. Therefore, definitely I can find g of f, I can find f of g also I can find. Please remember this one. If f is from A to B, two different sets, g is from B to C, then you have to define only g of f. F of g is not possible, but here both are possible. Let us find both and see some interesting result. So first, let us take g of f of x. By definition, it is equal to g of f of x, and this equal to g of, what is f of x? It is x square. So it is x square. Now g of x is sin x. Therefore g of x square is sin of x square. Sin of x square. Similarly, f of g of x also we can calculate here. This is f of g of x. This equal to f of g of x is sin x. So it is sin x. Then f is taking x to its square. So if I put here sin x, it should go to square of this. Therefore it is sin x square. But this can also be written as sin square x. Now you can see one interesting result here. G of f is x is sin of x square, whereas f of g of x is sin square x. So these two are not same. Therefore, definitely we can say f of g is not equal to g of f. So that means you can't interchange them. They are not commutative. This is a very important result which you have to remember. So composite functions are not commutative. That means you can't interchange them. If you interchange, you get a different function. So let us take a few examples. Say f and g both are real valued real function. That is from set of reals to set of reals only. Say defined by f of x equal to, say, 1 by x, and g of x equal to, say, x square plus 1. So find f of g of x and g of f of x. So now f of g of x equal to f of g of x definition, that is equal to f of g of x is x square plus 1. Now, under the f map or a function, x goes to 1 by x. So, if you put here x square plus 1, it should go to 1 by x square plus 1. Then, g of f of x will be equal to g of f of x. This equal to g of f of x is 1 by x. 1 by x. Now, g of x is x square plus 1. Therefore, here it should be 1 by x square plus 1. So, this is 1 by x square plus 1. So, it is very clear. This is 1 by x square plus 1 in the denominator, whereas here it is 1 by x square then plus 1. So, they are not same. So, here also we can see that f and g are not same. Now, you can also find, you see, for example, f of x also you can find. F of x also you can find. Definition is same. F of x. F of x. This equal to f of 1 by x. 1 by x. Because f of x is 1 by x. What is f of 1 by x? This is now 1 by x. Because if you put x here, it comes here, 1 by x. So, if you put 1 by x here, it should go below. So, this is x. Therefore, f of x is x. And this function you have studied last year. Remember, I of x equal to x. That means if x is going to x only, that is called identity function. Therefore, this composite function f of f is an identity function. And please remember, we are going to study something more about this type of function in the next section. So, same way you can also find g of x. You can also find g of x. This is g of x. This equal to. So, g of x is x square plus 1. But now you should be careful. If you put x here, it squares that one and then adds 1. So, same thing here also. Rule is x square plus 1. This is squared, then you have to add 1. Sometimes students get confused with this type of question. I am repeating again. If you put x here, what this g does is, it squares this element and then adds 1. So, if you put x square plus 1 here, it squares this element then adds 1. So, this you can simplify. X square plus, x4 plus 2x square plus 1 or finally it is x power 4 plus 2x square plus 2. So, this is the g of x. So, this is how we define and we find composite function. Of course, there are many interesting properties about composite function. One property you have seen already, that is composite functions are not commutative in general. For a given function, it need not be commutative. That's one thing. Second one is, whenever you want to define f of, suppose the domain and codomain are different. If it is B to C only, you can define A to B, then B to C. Then only you can define g of f. This is the first function that you have to remember. Similarly, if instead of AB, if it is A, here also A, then here also A, then no problem. You can find both f of g and g of f. So with this, let me conclude today. Because this concept is little bit very important and you have to digest it properly. So I will conclude my lecture now. So in the coming lecture, that is main lecture number 6, let us study some of the properties or theorems connected with composite function. Then we are going further. See, we are almost near the end of the concept of function. Inverse function we are studying next. Therefore, this is our journey. So let us remember, we started with function, then we last year, then this year we studied 1, then on to, then both together. Then today we studied composite function. Composite function, of course, we have to study them further, properties and examples related to this. From this we are going to inverse function. Inverse function. So this is our end actually in the function. So let us conclude today. So take care. Bye. Let us meet in the next session, that is main lecture 6.